So it's pretty obvious that for much of the year you've been playing hampered. At what point do you figure out, you know what, it's better for me just like to back off rather than keep trying to play through this thing?
I mean, that's kind of what we've done the last 2 weeks. You know, it was pretty sore, so as opposed to, you know, kind of just pushing through it, you know, take a break, you know, let everything else heal also, you know, but also my shoulder as well.
What has this stretch been like for you? You know, knowing if you had to, you could push through and play, but
boring, very boring. I mean, it's just kind of a spot where you have to grow up, you know, like want to push through it, but just trying to understand the big picture. You know, we've been to the final 3 years in a row. I played in the Olympics. You know, all that stuff started to add up. So to continue to push through it, I mean, you can only do that for so long until you can't anymore. You know, so just try to get ahead of everything. You know, like I said, just give my body a break. Let you know my body kind of catch up to where I am mentally. You know, just trying to push through everything and get back after it.
Do you think earlier in your career you would have been so understanding about sitting out?
No, not at all. And I had a couple times here, you know, even like the other day where I tried to play and Steve didn't let me. You know, and then in Charlotte, before I played the Detroit game, where it was like, oh, I can play, you know, but there's a little pain. And I'm like, no, but I can go. And Steve's like, nah, it's okay. So, you know, just trying to be understanding of, you know, this team goal as a whole. It's not just about me. And just understanding where we are, trying to be smart about it.
When you want to go and he says no, is it hard for you to be like, all right?
I mean, no, because I can't. If he said I can't play, I can't play. Like, so at that point, it's not like I'm playing anyway. Like, I can't. So it's just, it is what it is at that point.
When it comes to the shoulder, what do you do? Is it soreness? Is it pain? Is it shooting?
At first it was pain and soreness. Then it got to a point to where it was really just pain, and then, you know, it all kind of subsided after a while. But it was shooting, it was passing, it was lifting my arm above my head, like, it was everything. So, you know, it's pretty much everything.
Do you feel like he pushed through it in Detroit and shouldn't have, or like how'd that situation?
No, not necessarily. Because I felt a lot better the Detroit game. I didn't feel great. I didn't feel great by any means. You know, so in retrospect, being that I sat 2 weeks after that, I probably shouldn't have played. But, you know, I don't think that set me back at all. You know, it just was what it was at that point anyway.
Did you feel more pain the next morning after that game?
Let me think. That was so long ago, man.
Was it worse the next day?
I mean, it wasn't that like the pain was any worse. My range of motion was worse. And so it's kind of that, you know. You don't have the full range of motion. It's kind of hard to play basketball.
Who combed your hair for you?
Who combed my hair? My hair look like it's combed?
No.
Oh, you saying because I couldn't do this?
That's the worst part sometimes.
No, I don't comb my hair.
Oh, brush? What do you just?
No, I don't do nothing. I just get up and go.
Pretty good for just get up and go. I've seen a lot worse. If you just
Dang,
get up and go.
It's bad, but not that bad. Is what you're saying? That's crazy.
No, I've seen some that you could tell they get up and go. Yours look like it's it's together. You know.
Yeah, man. I'll just get up and go.
It's just short enough to where it's cool. Huh?
Yeah.
You mentioned
There's a lot of talk about LeBron coming in here with Cleveland on Monday, and I'm just wondering, did you remember the first time you saw LeBron in any way?
Who we playing that?
Everybody's looking ahead of
Kyle Kuzma had 38 last night.
Kuzma.
A couple
When
nights
was the
ago.
first time you saw Kuzma?
Long time ago. You know, he's from Michigan. Flint, Michigan. About 20, 25 minutes from Saginaw. So I saw him a long time ago. Way back when.
Have you been pleasantly surprised by what he's done as a rookie?
I have been. When you. So some guys, you look at them in summer league and you're like, oh, they play well in summer league, but then you know, like, it's a completely different level. Exactly what he was doing in summer league, he's carried over, into the regular season. So, it's been great. I think when you looked at Kuz before, even in college, like, you'd see stretches where it's like, oh man, this kid is good and he's skilled and he's talented. Then you see some stretches where he just looked like he wasn't interested at all. Which is why he was a 27th pick and not a top 10 pick, which a lot of people are beating themselves in the head now about. But, even if you looked at it, you couldn't just say, oh, man, this kid is a top 10 pick. And sometimes he did look interested. What's been, a pleasure for me to watch, which is how much he was in the gym this summer. I'd be in L.A. and you call him and he's in the gym all day. Even now, nights off and all that, he's in the gym. And so it's been great to watch how seriously he's taking it, and he wants to be great. And when you want to be great, you work and you give yourself a chance at it. And I think he's giving himself a shot at it. So it's been fun to watch.
You mentioned Jordan saying, like, when you're out, like, you're really vocal, not just with the guys on the bench and just helping behind the scenes. How did you kind of approach that?
You just don't want to kind of lead a scene completely. Try to help where you can. Can't do it physically, but basketball is more mental than physical anyway. So if you can help with the mental aspect, try to do that. Just try to talk to guys, tell them what I see. Things that may work. Sometimes when you're out, when you're watching, you can kind of see it a little differently than you do on the court, and vice versa. So just try to tell them what I see, help out where I can, and just be of some service.
Yeah. As much as like nothing replaced being able to play, still did that help significantly just cope with any frustration that you're still involved?
Oh yeah, man, it's always great to be involved. At the end of the day, I love the game of basketball. So just to be around it, be involved in the conversations. You get some pleasure out of that. But like you said, it's nothing like playing.
What's your pain level like now? Is it?
I'm good now.
What did you think of what Omri and Jordan did in your absence? Do you think that them getting some extra run while you were out is going to help them?
I think it'll help them. I think it'll help us in the long run. Omri was great. Jordan was great. They obviously in two different aspects. They both bring something different to the table, but both play well in their minutes, helped us win games. So I think, like I said, it'll be great for them, but it'll also be great for us as a team. Throughout the rest of the season.
You mentioned the word boring. It was also maybe relaxing for your mind, body. I mean, mid-season you get kind of like 2 weeks off.
I think it was a little relaxing. I wasn't just chilling though. I was relaxing would be like in Cabo or something, sitting on the beach. I was still lifting lower body and running, but it does. I think So sometimes you get people and say like, man, I can play in the NBA. I could do this. I'm better than that guy. And I tell some people like, you couldn't handle the stress of just a game day. Like, you wake up in the morning, just the stress of knowing that it's a game today. Like everything you do that day has to line up with you being great at 7:30 p.m. So you wake up at 8 a.m. and everything you do for those next 11 hours has to somewhat line up or put you in the best position to be great at 7:30. That's a lot of pressure throughout that day, knowing that I have to be conscious and aware of everything that I do. And so I said all that to say, like, just knowing obviously 2 weeks straight that I wake up and I don't have a game today. It's good for your body, it's good for you mentally. And so emotionally, it's great just to kind of recuperate. So I think that's definitely a positive. Which is why you see some guys take a night off and then they come back that next game ready to go. Like just one day of knowing that I don't have a game today. Like that's very stressful, and I don't think people necessarily realize how stressful that is. Just the thought of knowing that. So that was definitely helpful.
Speaking of the Flint guys, JaVale had a Nick Tuesday joint album. What are your thoughts on that?
They released it?
Not yet.
Yeah.
What do you think of the prospects of that?
Not really interested in hearing it. No. How good can it be?
Michigan, they got good rap.
You said JaVale and Nick. JaVale and Nick, right?
Yeah, JaVale and Nick.
Yeah, Nick not from Michigan.
JaVale, his influence, because he puts out music a lot.
JaVale on the fence, man. That dude lived all over the place when he was a kid.
He counts Flint as his hometown.
As he should.
But
no, but you know, obviously he's from Flint. But yeah, I don't know. John Connor. If I want to hear somebody from Flint, when I listen to John Connor a lot.
Okay.
You know who John Connor is?
No, I do not.
Check him out.
For sure.
He great.
Okay.
If I want to hear Flint, I'll listen to John.
All right.
I'm straight on JaVale. And then JaVale may in his next life be the best producer ever, and then I'm on tape saying I'm straight on him, and then I gotta listen to his music. So yeah, it's funny how life works, right?
He said that eventually wants to be 40 to do a track with him. Do you think that'll manifest?
I think so. I don't see why I wouldn't. I'll listen then, though.
Okay.
Because of 40, not because of JaVale. No, but no, I've actually heard JaVale. You know, I see him on the plane all the time doing this stuff, and you know, he's very smart and really good with computers. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't doubt that he can do it. I don't doubt that he can do it at all. I think he's probably really good at it because I know how good he is with computers and different things of that nature. So he may be solid. However, I don't want to listen to Nick rap. Could have got a better artist. So it's not really JaVale more so than listening to Nick. I'm good. I heard KD rap though. KD can rap. Y'all heard KD rap? Yeah, he can rap. Yeah. I'll go listen to KD. I'm not listening to Nick.
Will you wear a shoulder wrap or something tonight, you think?
I'll wear this little sleeve.
How does that help?
Just kind of help keep your body upright, you know. So many times I think all our bodies do this. Just kind of helps stretch you out a little bit.
Steve has always said that, I mean, your fans wanting to play Draymond at the 5 more, play him at the 5 more. And Steve has always said that he doesn't want you out there playing the 5, 25, 30 minutes a night because it's just too much to ask. You feel like when you have the shoulder issue that it's a little harder, to play in that position? With those monsters in there?
I think there's that many monsters nowadays.
Few, yeah, not that many.
A few.
Yeah.
Definitely a few. Not that many. Yeah. So, but, playing the 5 is tough sometimes, you know. It's a lot of banging.
Right.
But the way I look at it, you out there on the floor, you got to be ready for whatever. So I don't go back saying, I can't play much of the 5 because of my shoulder. I'm on the floor. So you put yourself on the floor, you say you can do anything. So that's how I do it.
What's Mike Brown done for you guys this year and last year?
Mike has been great. Obviously bringing all the experience that he's bringing. You know, he's one of the guys that's been around the league since 88 or early 90s or something like that. So he's been around for a very long time. You know, knows a lot, has seen a lot. You know, really good on the defensive side of the ball. Kind of catches the flow of the game. So it's you know, he's been really good for us. He's kind of the opposite of Steve, which is good. You can't have everybody the same. It's kind of, you know, there's no checks and balances if everyone's this way. So they're kind of opposites, which is good for us.
How similar, different is his role and approach than how Luke?
Luke's more like Steve, but they were a good tandem as well. But they're just different, you know. But both we relate to. But Luke's also more offensive minded, while I think Mike is a little more defensive minded than Luke. Just my opinion. But I think Mike's definitely a little more defensive minded than Luke was. Luke's a great offensive mind.
Is it hard to watch this team slow down? Because when you and Andre are out there, you guys are really good at obviously grabbing the board, rebounding, taking off, and pushing the pace. The pace has really slowed a lot with you out. I'm sure you've noticed that, but Are you itching to get back out there so you guys can start?
Yeah, I mean, that's
again?
one thing that we talked about this morning is obviously pushing the pace. You know, last game you had Andre, Steph, Sean, and myself out. You know, 4 guys who handled the ball a significant amount for our team. And so you can't expect the same game. I think when me and Andre getting back, that should pick up a little bit. However, you know, I gotta get back in, you know, pretty good shape, so I can't push it every time like I normally do. So we'll see how it goes.
How much did you miss these media obligations? A lot, right?